things as well.
Okay, I could see where some tensions have arise from between ADMC and police in general in regards to like Jesse Adler, the thing with Chastity that Dominic was looking into for the murder warrant. So I can see where they're on edge and maybe that pushed them a little further with the drones and everything, and Sean being heated about it since you had the investigative warrants previously for checking to see if those individuals were around. So that would be understandable. But like I told you, Richard, I'm looking into this because it seems it 100% seems targeted, and it goes beyond targeting where they tortured Etta. I will just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So based on what you told me, do you believe that they may have went after Etta because they couldn't get you? Are they aware that you treat Etta as your daughter?
I believe so. Yeah. As for why they went after Etta, I mean, I spoke to Etta this morning. They clearly had a level of motivation for going after Etta. Whether or not that was the whole motivation, I don't know. Maybe that was an excuse. But then, showed me the report before this. There was the 911 as well. Was it two birds, one stone? That seems likely to me. I want to make it clear, from the outset. I think you might know already, but my son, Flop Dugong, his husband, and my son-in-law, Ziggy Bugs, is a member of ADMC. And as such, his daughter, their daughter, Rue Min Mi, is also a member. So there was a lot of interpersonal problems that have occurred. And I believe this to be a culmination of those problems.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know about Flop and Ziggy. I'm assuming this doesn't involve them based on what I have, what I've seen from the reports. And I feel like knowing Flop and Ziggy, I don't think they would stand for this. That's based on my history with them. Beyond that, it's tough to say. Okay, I think that kind of tackles a lot of it. The only other thing was, what would be your relation to Finley Milton, or do you know anything between Finley and yourself that may have sparked a controversy outside of what happened with Sean?
No, I haven't spoken to Finley for a long time, I'll be honest. I mean, we're acquaintances. We know each other, but yeah, like I said, I haven't run into him for a long time.
Okay. I think I'm good on my questioning then, Richard. I can stop the recording here unless there's anything else you would like to add in.
Yeah, I think it might be easier for me to just kind of explain what I think the situation here is. As I'm sure you can probably imagine, Larry, being a man of me being a man of morals, and my husband being a man of morals, Maple being the same. and all being officers, when you have members of the family who have turned tail and turned their life to committing acts that they once fought against, causes some turmoil in a family. Been difficult for a long time. I think Sean has been hearing that turmoil for a long time, has been hearing the arguments made by myself, who is very vocal about the issues that could arise from an officer of of the family responding to a scene where a criminal member of the family is committing criminal acts that could get dangerous and potentially heartbreaking. I have voiced my concerns to, one could say, concerning ends, maybe breaking ends, sad ends, I don't know. And I think Sean has been on the end of that for a long time and has been hearing about it. And I think he's sick of hearing about it. And from what Etta said, he brought that up during their conversation about how perhaps I have been leading Ziggy and Rue to levels of hesitation in the club. And because of that, I'm a problem. I don't know. I think this goes a lot deeper than me just being a marshal.
It does seem as such. That's what I was talking to the other marshal over here, Jesse, correct?
Yeah.
So I was telling Jesse right before you called me, I think you were using the restroom. It seems like it's a lot deeper than just a gang going after a cop or a marshal or someone with a badge. It seems a lot deeper than that, and kind of the reason I wanted to look into it. So I'll be completely honest with you, Richard. It's one thing, to kidnap somebody, to send a message, and then leave them there for somebody to find. If you were to look at the report, you would see Etta stated she was stabbed. Sean called 911. There were some factors beyond that, but that's a basis of it. And then the factors beyond that go into, I guess I'll go into detail. They carved the word victim into her back with a knife. And once I saw that, I felt that this was more than just a normal crime, more than just a sending a message in the sense of we can get to you and we can hurt you. This seems like it's targeting to the point where there's deeper things going on.
Have you spoken to Etta about that yet?
I have not. I kind of wanted to wait to reach out to her to let her kind of regain her thoughts and not to put too much on her plate at the moment after it just happened. So I was kind of gonna go to her a little bit later. I wanted to reach out to you first because she did make the statement that something happened between you and Finley. Maybe at the time, or maybe how she was spoken to, it seemed like it was between you and Finley. But after talking to you, it seems like it may be more between you and Sean. And then maybe
I
Etta
think
had a talk to Finley.
For some reason, the club has this idea that I'm coming after them or something like this. I guess that's to do with the family, because I have members of the family in there and they think I don't like that, which, I don't. Don't get me wrong. I wish beyond my mortal being that my family did have nothing to do with that gang. I wish Ziggy never joined. But we're in this situation, and it's a thing. But I have not investigated them. That has not been a thing, and for that, I don't know why they've made this assumption, and I think it's spread through the gang like wildfire, and they all believe it.
I think,
It's just because of the drone.
yeah, I think that from everything I've heard from everybody is that nobody's really been pressed on any kind of gang areas and whatever, and the fact that we are using drones now to survey areas and stuff, I think it is natural for criminal organizations to heighten aggression to new investigative measures that they're not used to, right? And their way of dealing with it is lashing out. I've seen it before. I've seen it. We'll see it again.
That I could understand. Them going after Etta because they couldn't get to Richard. But like I said, the thing is they carved the word victim into Etta's back.
There is context to that,
wording
Larry.
alone.
I don't know whether you want it from me or you want it from Etta, but there is context.
I mean, if you would like to give me the context, most likely I will ask Etta as well, but
Okay.
that's the thing that's thrown me for a loop.
So, as far as I'm aware, after talking to Etta, again, this is secondhand information, Etta and Finley had an argument while she was on duty as a doctor. Finley came in as a patient, where it basically boiled down to a argument about sanguine, where Finley was talking about his trauma that he had from sanguine, about how he didn't like being locked up after sanguine, and as such has trauma since then about being locked up. Etta had made a joke about, why do you still do crime and get locked in prison if you don't like, if you still have trauma about that stuff. And then Finley got angry and started talking about the corrupt police investigation about the murder stuff. And then was talking about like how he killed all the cops that came down for the, I guess, when they came down to the block or something, and then was talking about sanguine again and his trauma and stuff. And then Etta was like, you're not the only one who has trauma from sanguine. I was there. There was other people there. And then I guess he took that as making fun of his trauma. And that's spiraled. And I guess that's why they called victim. I don't know whether it's through with like, I actually don't know why victim was used. Maybe I'm missing a bit of context myself there, but I think that's probably why that was done.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, seeing that part and not really having context, I'm sure you can understand why that would throw me for a bit of a loop.
Of course, yeah.
In regards to this, I will be trying to reach out to the members of ADMC. I'm sure it probably won't go the greatest for me. I don't want to spark any more bad blood. If I could, I would like to try to diffuse the situation, even if that means the people that have done this are not brought to justice. But it means that in the future, there will be less targeting of your family per se, or maybe it will help your family be more bonded together in these tough times.
No, do it.
As much as I would love to bring justice, Richard, if the opportunity arises to where I can diffuse a situation and for lack of better words,
You're
diffuse
not
the
gonna
turmoil between
diffuse
you and
shit,
them?
Larry. It ain't gonna
You
happen.
don't think so?
There's no reasoning with these people.
No. Even I can tell you this: when a criminal organization like the ADMC is set in the ways, and they know there's a weak spot, they will exploit that weak spot to the biggest extent, right? The one thing that we have to do is to look out for the warning signs, and when they hit, we have to hit back harder. It's as simple as that. I know you don't like hearing it, but they will continue to attack. They will continue. The more we investigate, the more drones they see, the more whatever. It's a game of attrition.
Right.
These are people who are trying to control and have power with fear. That's what they are trying to do. They are trying to force myself and Etcha and the rest of my family into submission with fear of violence. If we submit to that, if the police department submits to that, then they win. Their power succeeds, their fear succeeds, and they continue on doing that to not just myself, not just my family, but to everybody else in the city that they can get their hands on.
They need the way you circumvent this is they associate drones and investigations with Richard at the moment. We have to change that focus.
I'm going to be the one investigating this, and I'm going to try to. I already put a bolo out for Sean McQuillan, Ivy Grayson, and Cora Starr. I don't think Finley was directly involved in this. Etta believes to have seen him from a distance, just sitting on a roof of a car. I don't believe he was directly involved, but the other three, based on Etta's statement and the 911 that was made, are involved. And I do have a bolo for them. I doubt they're going to just come in free, of free will and want to talk to me, but I think that's going to be my best route for the moment, is try to talk to them before just issuing a warrant, hoping for the best. And I think, based on what you just said, Jesse, that may help, because then they'll know that I am the one investigating them. Even though they'll probably have a reason to think that Richard is, but maybe it'll take some of the flack off you, Richard, and bring it my way. As much as I may not want it, I am asking for it at this time because I would like to speak to them about this.
Okay.
The thing that I'm just going to add to this, there should be no safe haven in this state where crime is permitted. And the expectation that people can live and deal and shit where they eat, I stamped that out a very long time ago, and I'll be damn sure that I'll be doing that again. So
It's just the PD have been trying to crack down on areas like this where there's a lot of drug sales. It is all based on numbers on our end of when we can. We try to organize things. I can pass it along to TRT to maybe try to push the ADMC block a little bit. It's an unknown number calling me. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to take this. Hello, this is Officer Johnson. Yes, I am the police. You're cold in the rain? Jemima Webster. I would say if you're cold in the rain, try to seek shelter, depending where you're at. Oh, that is not good. Who is your grandson, if you don't mind me asking?
Aubrey?
Okay, Aubrey Webster, yes. At the moment, I believe his properties are locked down, so I would not be able to assist you with that. You should be able to seek refuge in the apartments or maybe the hospital if you need to. I'm sorry, I will not be able to do that. I will not be able to assist you with that. You should be able to seek refuge at the hospital, especially if you need medical. Otherwise, there are government apartments. No, no, I did no such thing. If you would like, I can dispatch EMS to your location. That was interesting because I don't believe that I'm in the lemon list, so I'm not sure.
You're not.
What did they want?
They were
Apparently, it
asking
was
about Forehead's
Aubrey Webster's
properties.
grandmother. Yeah, and she can't enter the house because it is currently locked down. There's a pending raid.
Hmm.
I think that's the first time I ever got a call from an unknown number.
Wow. Lucky you.
They might call you guys now.
Ain't no way. Hello, Richard Dog speaking.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, Miss Webster, did you leave your refrigerator running?
How did you know it's me?
You should probably go catch it.
Really, Richard?
Yeah. I'm a dad. What do you expect there?
I guess I'm not to that point yet, so I don't have all the dad jokes under my belt.
Okay. Any
Alright, so,
more questions you want to ask me? Yeah.
I don't think I have any more questions for you at the moment, Richard. I'll try to reach out to Etta. Maybe I'll talk to Sean first, Sean Maple, in regards to see if she is comfortable answering some questions. I just didn't want to put too much pressure on her after something like that occurred.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, I'm just kind of looking into it to kind of get a backstory to figure out why this may be happening and maybe try to see if they're targeting somebody or if there's a reason that we would need to, I guess, offer protection in a sense to certain people. Obviously, you and Etta are both government employees, so it is treated a little bit differently. But we just want to make sure that everybody is safe.
Yeah. I
All
would
right,
talk
Richard,
to
I'll stop the recording now then.
I would if you haven't added to your list already, obviously because they're family. They might have more insight. Maybe add Ziggy Bugs and Flop Dugong to your list of people to question.
I had originally thought about them, but in the purview of this investigation, it may be tough because I don't see them being directly involved in any way, shape, or form.
Sure, but maybe just like a phone call might.
Yeah, I can probably reach out to Flopper Ziggy. I mean, they're pretty amicable towards me, so I think they would
Exactly.
understand if it's family relations and everything. I'm not investigating them.
Yeah, just they might have information that might be worthwhile, especially because it's their sister after all.
Right. Okay, I can add them to the list and try to reach out to them. I will be honest, Richard, I have been worried about Flop since he has retired. But that is a
How come?
separate situation. Well, I've seen Flop multiple times with Rue and other ADMC members selling things out of the back of his car. I was with another officer at one point. In the back of his car, there were some illegal goods. I didn't document them at the time.
Legal or illegal?
Illegal goods.
What kind of goods?
I'm pretty sure in one of them, one of my fellow officers, Bruno Brown, saw fentanyl,
What?
HVAC
Yeah.
parts, stolen wallets, stolen shoes, tools that we know are used for robberies, such as like screwdrivers, etc.
You saw fentanyl in the back of Flop's car.
Yes, in the back of his stationery. What is it? Regina. We didn't document anything at the time because, as you know, we'd have to suspect him of his crime to be able to document his vehicle and everything. It gave us kind of open access. But I'm just a little worried about him retiring. You know, his husband being in the ADMC and pretty high up from what I've heard. His daughter also being in the ADMC. That situation at the hospital where we saw some questionable items in his trunk, and then also there have been some street races going on where we have gotten plate reads of his gauntlet. And I'm sure, as you know, previously I have went after street races and caught doctors, previous receptionists, dispatchers, the whole 9 yards. And it seems like maybe there's some type of community within the street racing where these people are organized and they are taking part in crime as well.
Do you like make reports for these street races? Yeah.
Most of them, yes, if we have caught somebody. The one time that we did target Flop's car, there was so many cars that interfered, and his gauntlet is insanely fast that we could not keep up. But I believe in the same street race, we caught Jadelin, who was the ex head of dispatch. We also caught Dr. Kizu.
Jalen Sawyer.
Yes. And Jadelin Sawyer did have a firearm on her person when she was caught as well.
You're shitting me. Like an
I am not.
illegal firearm?
Yeah, it was one of the makeshift ones.
Sake.
So it would be incident 8654. We had the other incident where I talked to you with Dr. Kizu, and if I recall, I had spoken to you about her being a doctor and kind of how to proceed, considering she's a government employee and we didn't have her apprehended, but had her vehicle and everything and wanted to start an investigation. You reached out to her and she resigned on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also had. I'm trying to remember the other person. Another person where we ran their plate during a street race. We weren't able to apprehend them, but it was their vehicle being used in a street race. We've also had Flops, Flop DeGong's gauntlet. And personally, I've been a little worried about Flop. You know, I have the utmost respect for Flop. He was one of my FTOs. He taught me to be the officer that I am today. I really want to remember who the other person was. I think there may be an incident regarding it.
Flops, he knows the consequences, so he's doing these things and he knows what it can mean.
Yeah, I'm sure Flop is well aware, and I can't say that he was driving a gauntlet, but I'm assuming if he was, he knew that to flee the area and how to go about fleeing the area to where we could not pursue.
Do you remember the names of anybody else, like any of the other plates you ran during that, like the ones where you spotted Flop?
There was a Psycho, Saikau. He's on a motorcycle.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember some of the other ones, but I can't off the top of my head. I believe Officer Omar Flacco was also there as well. Because usually what we'll do in these street races is a standard procedure is if we see them line up, we'll try to pick out a car, right? If we catch them during the race and we did not have a starting lineup, we'll do some plate runs and see the cars and try to make a best decision of a car to target. And it's been lately that we've been running into, ex-dispatchers, ex-receptionists,
Well, who else are you
ex-cops
talking
even.
here? There's a lot of there's plurals here. So other than Jadlin and maybe Flop, who else?
There was Dr. Kizu.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on who the other person was, but we ran their plate and it was an ex-receptionist. Jordan
Jordan?
Ackridge.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's not a surprise.
I mean, obviously these are plate runs. We don't know if it's them driving the vehicle. We don't know if anybody has access to their vehicles. They were not apprehended, except in the case of Jadlin. But just seeing their vehicles kind of raises a red flag. And usually, if we run the plate and see that it's somebody that we know, especially an ex-government employee or current government employee, we will try to pursue them.
That's a good attitude to have, because that's what I'd do. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want from me, Harry?
I don't believe so, Richard. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to answer these questions. I will add Flop and Ziggy to the list as well. I may just try to talk to them over the phone. Again, I don't think with you or Ziggy or Flop, I would be looking at any type of criminal charges. I think I have those set for the moment, unless anything changes or arises while investigating.
So I'm just thinking that 911 from Sean McQuillan did say if I was to, I guess, not continue in my tracks, the rest of my family will burn. That's my family, so they need to be warned, right?
Right. I would assume Flop and Ziggy being very close to 80. Well, Ziggy and ADMC, Flop being very close, Rue and ADMC, I would believe that they would have knowledge of it. I would hope. And if not,
Hey,
I'm
Larry,
not sure how Sean would react.
assumptions make an ass out of you and me, right?
Exactly.
Let's dot our I's and cross our T's.
Yeah, I'll most likely try to reach out to Flop next. Because I have a good rapport with Flop. And the only thing is I'm not sure how Sean would react if I were to bring it to Flop's attention and it was taken the wrong way,
How do I say this?
To
Go on, Leah.
No, sorry, you go ahead. I'm speaking about something
you
unrelated.
go. Oh, you're gonna.
No, I'm speaking about something unrelated. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say this. I guess I'll say this like this. Other than being a suspect, this is my opinion, and of course, I am not involved in this investigation. But my opinion on that as a law enforcement officer, and I'll kind of keep this non-biased. If I was working this case, Sean, other than being the prime suspect, I guess, based on that 911, and obviously you're going to talk to Etta, so there's another person involved. His opinion is completely irrelevant. So Like the way he would react if you spoke to Flop, like if he acts out, all it's gonna do is you know, as long as Flop is safe, it's just gonna give you more evidence.
Well, that's what I'm referring to, kind of Flop safety. If I bring
No.
it up with Flop stating that, you know, he threatened your family if you don't quit acting appropriately, for lack of better terms, and Flop being your family, if Flop were to hear that and take it as Sean is threatening Flop, since it is your family, the tides may turn on Flop.
What
The
about if
tides
they
may
already
turn on
have?
Ziggy.
What about if they already
They
have?
could have. I
This
will
is
be
the
giving
issue.
Flop a warning. I'm just trying to think a few steps ahead to see if Sean may lash out at Flop or Ziggy or Rue.
I mean, this could be a ticking time bomb.
I'm pretty sure that it is.
Exactly. So, like, I'm gonna be making my own warnings, but I think there needs to be official ones from the PD side.
Yeah, I will be reaching out to them. I've added them into the report to reach out to and possibly question if they would like to. Flop may come in. I doubt Ziggy will. I doubt Rue will. I doubt Sean Ivy or Cora Star will as well, but I will try to reach out to them and see if they would be willing to come down and answer some questions.
Okay. All right. Well, Larry, if you need anything else, of course, just give me a call.
Same goes for you, Richard. If you need anything or if you feel like you are under threat or anything like that, please feel free to reach out.
All right. We'll do.
I'll look
All
after
right,
him
stop this
to the
recording.
best of my ability.
Okay.
All right, Richard. Thank you again.
No problem, mate.
Do we need to go to the thing for this stuff? Did you want to find out whose stuff? Do you want me to just give you this stuff and?
What is it?
It's this. This. And this. Those three things. How do I search that stuff?
So there's an ID on the side of it, right?
Yeah.
And then you just go to profiles and search that ID, and it comes back to DJ
Oh, okay.
Dawkins.
Yeah, that's what she said. It was DJ Dawkins. Somehow it ended up in their stuff.
Huh.
Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. Somehow it did.
Is there it ended up in, okay, when you say their stuff, is it like DLC stuff?
Yep. Was going to Marshall Anna was going to come up earlier and collect the gear I found mixed in with DOC gear that belonged to Marshall Dawkins, but ended up being unavailable to do so. If one of you would be free or like to collect it instead. So apparently it got mixed up in their stuff somehow. So
Well,
no
okay.
idea.
All right, let me, I'll give it, I'm just going to drop something ground for you. Just put this in your locker, because I don't have any space in my locker, and then whenever you see Dawkins, give it to her.
Okay.
But just make a, you can make literally like a tiny, it's all on the floor. It's on the floor.
Oh.
Just make a tiny report and just say, Nova grabbed this stuff from, DLC. It was DJ Dawkins's, and just take a quick photo of it. Just make sure it's just documented, that's all.
Okay.
I don't know how it ended up there. Did she get robbed or something?
Do we not have a locker I can put this in then? Like the evidence? We don't have that at the PD, at the marshal's office. Do we?
You could put it in the locker of the report you make. You could do that. You know how to do
But
that stuff yet?
No one showed
Okay,
me
I
that.
can teach you. So make a report first, and then I'll teach you how to do it.
Hang on. Can PD see our state marshal reports, by the way?
No, they can't.
Yeah, done.
I'm looking for like a DJ Dawkins robbery or something. She's been on LOA. Yeah, just put it in a report for now. All right, so yeah, just come with me and I'll show you what to do.
Just one sec.
Oh, this has been a spicy morning.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so come up to the evidence room. It is. I leave for 2 days, and it generates exponentially. It's a fact that I take 2 days off, and it happens. All right, so this is the lockers. So
Oh yeah,
there'll
then
be
you go to report locker.
report
Yeah.
locker. Put in the
Right.
report number. You got it.
11507.
By
I
the
hope
way,
you get one of these at the marshal office.
yeah, I hope so too. You can. Here's a tip. So on the report, right? Go to the report.
Yeah.
Open the report, and then at the top where it says report, and then it's got the number. Click the number, and it'll copy it to your clipboard. There.
Oh right, okay, yeah, that's handy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
well, that's
nice.
all in there. Hold on. It's just a quick shitty report, so.
Yep, that's no problem.
God, there's been so much that's happened that I've got to tell you about.
Okay, let me just call Maple really quick, and then we'll catch up. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, I'm out of interview. Anything happened?
Not that I'm aware of. Echo told me that there was two of them. Another one. Description, Edo was able to guess probably Tally was the other one. Don't know who the male was. But PD came down, I guess, and now they've all fucked off, so everyone's gone. We moved to ICU. I got in touch with Ziggy, and he said he'll be coming down soon, but I haven't heard back from him since. That was a little bit ago. That was about 20 minutes ago. You said that, so we still ain't seen him or heard from him. Figured
Give
with
me a
the
text every
ADMC.
now and then if he doesn't come down. Like, give
You're
me a
gonna text him?
No, I've already texted him. I texted him like before just as I left the room with you guys. So text me every now and then to let me know if he's come down or not.
Okay, I'll let you know. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've figured if he is gonna come down, it's probably better for us to be in the ICU because the locked doors, especially with them sitting outside watching, because I guess they have nothing better to do with their fucking lives.
Hey, just be careful, all right? Have you got a gun?
Yeah, of course.
All right, just listen. Anything happens, get a 911 off.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Don't fucking text nothing in it. Just do 911.
No, of course.
And just hit it.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
already my plan. That or
if I see that, I'll be at the hospital in 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've talked to Eda multiple times about sort of situations in which if something's happening to just get a 911 off, or just like a number, or that 10, I think it was 1096 you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one all the time as well. So
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Take it easy.
Thank you, Richard.
Bye. All right, let's go. Okay, what's been happening?
Yeah, I'm getting
Actually,
a lot of
go to the roof first.
I mean, it's not that much I need to catch up on you on. It's mainly just little things that have been coming across that I've been dealing with, and it's like, should I really be the one to deal with this, or should I just like refer this around?
Okay. Well, like. Careful.
I really need to. Yeah. It's things like potential not being requested a bench trial, you know, in the right channels and stuff, right? Someone a rights violation. To me, that's like civil and well, it's not really criminal, is it?
Nope. Ah, Jesus, pushing it down.
I don't care about the reindeer. Suits the moon. Yeah. Like a judge asked me to look into it. So I am. Because the judge asked me to do it. But to me, it's like stuff like this. I should just feed off to PD command, should I not?
Yeah, I kind of agree. Sounds like a SOP violation. The only thing that I'm like thinking kind of like the other direction is because we do work for the DOJ, so it's like maybe we could help them out a little bit, but then at the same time it's like we should be consistent across the board, so it's like no, that does sound like an SOP violation. Should probably just be handled by PD.
Yeah, I get policing the police in terms of criminal investigations and stuff, but if it's really
corruption, yeah,
we're not really IA, you know what I mean?
No,
well,
we're
I mean,
not.
We are, but we're not.
We are, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's
we're not like
criminal.
we're not handling punishments and things like that. Yeah, I think it's probably one of those where because we don't want to get bogged down too, right? So it's like I think that kind of thing can be passed to PD. And then obviously if they don't do anything about it, you can pick it up, right? That just does sound like a command issue. Someone not requesting a bench trial, you know, let command handle it. I think it's probably the best bet. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. So there was an incident that happened at the prison, where Raymond Romanov, who is suspected, Judge Bailey identified him by voice, and voice alone, and got the plate of another unrelated person, who assisted, and Chief responded
Hold on
to
a second.
And,
fucking helicopters. Hold on.
Yeah, it's above us. It's a PD heli.
Oh, no. There was another one, but it's... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Jesus
oh, my God.
Christ,
Oh,
Jesus
my
Christ.
God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Don't hurt us, please. Crystal!
You can do it! You can do it!
Crystal! Crystal! Please don't kill me!
You're doing completely fine! Just a bit to your left.
Please!
Bit to the left, now down. There you go. Woo!
Thank God. I saw me life flash before my eyes.
Right. Yeah, so this situation happened with Judge Bailey and who he believed was Raymond Romanov. The police didn't really have any hard evidence.
You did great, Crystal.
Thanks, Doc.
You nearly killed me.
Okay, yeah, you
almost,
did good.
but it didn't happen. Recovered.
It didn't happen. Yeah, recovered, yeah.
And I was so scared too because I started panicking.
Stormy weather, that's impressive.
Imagine if you killed a marshal. Wow, career over. Manslaughter.
Yep.
That's prison time right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's an accident.
It was an accident, yeah. Just an accident.
Don't worry, I'm gonna learn. And it won't happen again. Not even close. The probability? 0.
Hey, I'm glad to see you flying.
I'm trying. Trying to do what,
Yeah,
what I
good.
couldn't before. But I didn't have the chance. Before.
Well, there you go. You see, keep going. Keep doing it.
Yep.
I believe in you.
Sorry for disturbance.
Not a lot of things where the probability is 0.
Yeah. So, after this situation happened, apparently Justice Bailey was very irate. Obviously, probably blood was boiling, and pretty much gave Chief Moss the impression that there was a demand for a subpoena. Right? She felt like he was pretty demanding about it to subpoena Raymond Romanov. And she wrote the subpoena, but she hasn't submitted it because she kind of felt like there wasn't enough there. And upon reviewing the subpoena and just the fact it's just voice, right? There's no other hard evidence to say it was Roman Romanov. It kind of does look like. I mean, when you get held up, you probably are irate. You probably say things or get a bit antsy. You know what I mean? So I think Judge Bailey was probably like that.
Why is the chief of police letting the victim of a crime, no matter who it is, tell them to write a subpoena?
Well, no, she didn't. She didn't submit it. That's the point.
Yeah, but she still wrote the bloody thing.
Yeah, and you know she's just trying to keep peace and maintain whatever, right? But I explained that to her, right? I said if you don't feel anything is there, then obviously don't push it, right? Which, you know, she can't be pressured into it. But then she said she reapproached Bailey later on in the day and he seemed to back down from where he was. So I don't necessarily think that I have to chase this up in any way. Maybe a short conversation with Bailey to just say, hey, if something happens and, in the immediate, maybe take 5 minutes to chill out before you. Because Chief Moss's thing was, she kind of felt pressured. Right?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Because of his position. I don't think it's. I think it's a bit of a nothing burger. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think just saying like, hey, maybe if you're upset, call us. We'll come and have a look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a bit. Yeah, I think Bailey needs to rein it in. Like if he's acting as a justice, like or the warden, he probably needs to act as one or the other. But either way, he needs to, if he's a victim in a situation, he needs to be a victim in a situation and not be acting as anything else. He can't be like trying to get involved in the investigation or, do anything like that.
Yeah.
Like if he's a warden of the prison. He's not an investigator. He's not a judge. He's not anything else. That's it. He's there to keep prisoners in prison and keep the prison running. If he's a judge or a justice, he's there to, do justice things. He's not doing anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree. So I think that's a bit of a nothing burger.
I think you should probably have. You should probably bring that up with Angel. I think that should.
Yeah,
probably
that's
be
what
it.
I was gonna do.
Yes, I think that should be brought to Angel. Yeah.
Yeah, I did say that. That was what I was gonna do. So what else have we got? We've got. I've obviously started a drug master file now. So in the mornings.
Oh, I
have
saw
documented...
that. So one thing that I think you're unaware of right now is the 37s. The suspicious activity calls. The ones with like the red circles and stuff like that. Those are HVAC robberies. They are not drug related. So the HVAC. So what that means is, so the 37s oftentimes. Okay, there may be other events that I'm unaware of. That might be like drug related with a 37 call, but primarily, especially when I was dispatched, a 37 call comes in. It will be individuals climbing onto a rooftop in order to steal HVAC parts. And there'll be triggering alarms and police will respond. The red area will indicate in the areas is somewhere where the suspicious activity is occurring. And yeah, it's primarily like somewhere where somebody's going onto a roof, unscrewing some fucking shit and stealing some HVACs.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I just wanted to make you aware of that. Because I did look at that report already, and it's looking good. It's looking good.
Well, I've already found like similar timelines and locations that are beginning to crop up. Like I've just found Algonquin again. Like if we can narrow it down to like specific shifts to start with, right? Then it's easier to get these signed investigative warrants to go over like Carson Avenue, another thing, because this is where these calls are happening every day, right? If I get like 3 or 4 days of this, then it's going to be easy to get a investigative drone warrant to survey who, what, when, where is doing
Yep.
these things, right? If they're a daily occurrence.
So you see that one on Davis and Capitol you got today?
Yeah.
That's in the backyard of a property. Like there's like a little backyard on that property. Because that's like ADMC turf, right?
Yeah, so my intentions behind this is to, if we identify areas that we want to investigate, right? If we want to focus on a particular area, we can just go, okay, like the area of that's taken, I would just want permission to fly a drone over that area in its entirety, right? Because that way, then we don't have to give subpoenas to 50,000 property owners. Because
No, I
don't
agree.
understand how we do. That's
No,
unreasonable.
that's the whole point of the investigative warrant. Yeah, it's like, so when they did the investigative warrant for the drones for the murder warrant investigation, they just had the whole block, the whole ALMC block was given the all clear for a drone. So they didn't have to like sign it for every single property. Like I think
Yeah.
if you go to reports,
I've seen it. Yeah.
you've seen the
I've
investigative.
seen it.
Okay.
I've seen one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's the whole
that's
block.
why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this, because it'll be easier to, you know, when Angel says pull the trigger on go after these drugs and she wants heavier drug stuff doing, then I can go, right, well, I'm ready. Right? She
Yeah.
did say she wanted to do meetings on Fridays.
Oh, she did.
Go. I think so. I think she's planning on it.
Okay.
And then yeah, it's just like I say, it's just gonna be difficult to do this until because I think everyone wants to. I think going on a ride along like one day a week might be a good thing. Just like hanging out with the cops.
No, I agree.
I don't know.
Okay. No, I like it.
Yeah. There's probably other things that I'm just forgetting right now.
Deputy complaint guy, Joe. Oh, is this the bench trial thing?
Oh, yeah, that's the bench trial thing. So basically, the judge called me and said there was no record of a bench trial request going in. Well, I had a brief conversation with Anita today, who said that she didn't know a bench trial was requested, right? So you've got Siobhan and a client versus her, pretty much. That's so again, this is a command issue. It's not really. It's word against word, right?
Hold on, I'm just looking at this latest report by Anna.
Yeah.
Raid protocol broken. What's this? On 23rd of August, Shift 3, Eli Porter's under investigation for drug trafficking. Deputy Highball overheard Eli Porter and Johnson talked about it. When Eli Porter said that Judge Weiss already has confirmed that he was raided by police, which prompted him to come to police. Senior Officer Johnson told him the details of the search and seizure, that he'll be notified in 10 days as delayed notice. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Sorry, give me the TLDR.
Okay, so hold on. I think I'm understanding what's happening here. So Eleanor Highwater wrote a search warrant. So the other night we did a you were there. The whole Elia Court thing with the fucking
Yeah.
right. I think this is related, right? Yeah. So when Elia Court's property was raided, they found the grow up, right?
Yeah.
They found a book addressed Dear Eli. So this must have been Eli Porter. So they now do it. They did a search warrant for Eli Porter, which was signed by Judge Dingle Fan.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was signed. It was given delayed notice of 10 days and it was sealed, right? So delayed notice means you don't have to give this warrant over for 10 days. So judge was Dingle Fan, not anybody else, and the person who wrote the warrant was Eleanor Highwater. So then Eli Porter